All right, this video is for all you slicers out there and all of you looking to pick up more club head speed, and you're really tired of conflicting advice that you hear on the golf channel and golf magazines and those types of things about how to release the golf club. I'm going to show you exactly what a proper release looks like, what it's going to do for your swing, and I'm going to show you a couple examples of PGA Tour players who do it right, and then a couple who do it differently, and show you what kind of difficulties they're going to run into. So the first thing that you need to understand in the release is it's called a release for a reason. And think about what that means, that word release. Really what we're saying is to let go. And when you release something, it has the chance to accelerate freely, independent of the object that's propelling it, right? Simple understanding of that. In this case, when we're talking about the release, a lot of times what we're talking about is the release of the right hand, okay? And that's what a big part of what I'm going to focus on here is because most golfers try to get the club head to move fast by moving their body very quickly and holding onto the club very tightly, and they don't release it properly. They do what we call a body release. And so what that looks like is when you take your arms and kind of glue them to your rib cage here and turn your body through. And so what's going to happen is your body and the club are going to move at a relatively constant pace together. You can see that the butt of the club head and my chest are moving together. And so the only way that this club head is going to move very fast is for my body to move really fast. And of course, that's a lot of work. And not only that, but your body just simply can't move that fast. So you really cap or put a limit on how fast you can move the golf club. By the same token, I can slow my body down and do what's a proper release, what we consider a proper release in RST, and that is rotation of that club and letting it release independent of the body. So what we mean by that, so earlier you saw my chest, my buttons on my shirt, and the club head moving together. Now watch the buttons on my shirt, and when I rotate my forearms over, notice that my buttons on my shirt are moving really slow, so this is very easy on my body, but the club head is moving very fast. One's really efficient, one's really inefficient. It's your call. You can put a ton of stress on your body, or you can take it easy on your body and let the club move fast and let it work as a tool the way it was designed to do it. And the way that it was designed to do it is to rotate. And this is a very important piece, and people ask me a lot of times how I came up with the name Rotary Swing and why I called it that. Apart from the body rotating, the club is also rotating throughout the swing in a good golf swing. And what I mean by that is the club is designed to rotate around the shaft. Otherwise, they'd put the shaft in the middle, like a face-balanced putter where you see the putter shaft in the middle. That's designed for a more or less straight back and straight through putting stroke, where you don't want the face rotating a lot. In a golf swing, I've never seen a single club with the shaft in the center of the face. It's around the heel. And when you put this club on an inclined axis, or an inclined plane like you have here, guess what this toe wants to do as it works around the body? It wants to turn over. This is exactly how this club was designed to work. Now, there's a lot of golf instructors out there that are teaching a body release, which is what I was showing you earlier, and they're taking the club face and they're holding it square throughout the swing and not allowing it to rotate. And they think that that's more consistent. It can be in certain ways in thinking about it, but again, it goes back to efficiency. You saw how slow the club was moving in relationship to my chest. My chest has to be moving really fast for that club to move really fast. And it's also going to predispose me to a typical ball flight. Most golfers who swing like this, unless they have a very, very strong grip and come away from the inside, will kind of predispose themselves to hitting a cut. Nothing wrong with that shot whatsoever. But in an ideal world, we want to be able to get a lot of speed with very little body effort. And in doing so, we also want to be able to hit the ball both directions. You want to be able to cut it when you want to. You want to be able to draw it when you want to. You want to be able to hit it straight. And so when you let the club release properly, that opens up all possibilities because you're now allowing the club to work the way it was designed to work. And you're able to get a proper release of the club face and allow it to shut through impact and not worry about your body moving really fast, and when you're trying to hit a draw, you're trying to manipulate this club face at the last second. All I'm doing is just altering how fast I'm going to release the club face when I want to hit a draw. So let's look a little bit more closely at the release of the club. So when I'm talking about that, there's a few ways that I typically have my students work on it in the lessons. And the first one is